Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we'll be beginning our look at the British Heavy Cruisers, deeper down the tech tree at least. I got the Tier 5 Devonshire, or as some people call it, Devonshire, but I don't think they're quite sure how to say it. I think Devonshire sounds a lot better. You'll note there we're on the map and domination mode game. So we'll jump into this game here in a moment, but build-wise, current thinking is I got Fraser on the Heavy Cruisers. Traditionally I had him on the Light Cruisers. But now I got the Belfast character, AL Belfast, on the Light Cruisers. So still tinkering with the builds. Got to get some more experience with the Marley before I really finalize the builds. But that's how I'm kind of feeling about them now. HE, more of a focus on these heavy cruisers. So key differences between this and the Leander. Of course, you got 152s on the Leander and 203s on this. So this is a heavy cruiser. Leander's a light cruiser. Armor profile, both similar. They're both fairly fragile. You don't want to be taking a lot of shots. Double the reload on the Devonshire, and AP damage is bigger. I got about 1,500 more AP damage on this one than the Leander, but damage per minute wise, the light cruisers are going to take the cake. Of course, we got a pretty solid fire chance on this one, 22% on my build, so the HE is an excellent option. And I've been trying to test the gun still, but I'm thinking HE. Unless you get close range, AP shots seems to be working for me the best. Sometimes we'll fire off some AP though. Mobility wise, the edge goes a little bit to the Leander, but I'm not 100% sure if that's due to the build or what. But neither of them are going to take the cake for mobility. Good concealment on both of them, and torpedoes, same exact stats. So jumping into this game here, note the map. We got Nuremberg spotted. We got the battleship behind him, and then we'll spot a third cruiser here as well. So we got one destroyer per side here. It's not going to be on this. And now I'm kind of in a situation here where potentially we could get focused, take a lot of damage. So I'm trying to pull forward, get that island basically between me and these ships. I want to engage them 1v1. And now we got the Nuremberg and the battleship blocked by the island, and Yahagi closing in. So we're going to get some torps down there just to muddy the water a little bit, force him to be careful what's going on. We're going to get some shots off as well. Should have shot first with the main guns, then drop the torps. We want to be maximizing the damage output with the main guns, but screwed up the ordering a little bit there. Not the end of the world. You'll note there AP went in on an angled Yahagi. Now Yahagi's not exactly an armor fiend by any means, but as long as we aim up there, we're able to get a little bit damage. Note, turning away from the torps a moment ago, we can expect the torps to come in, and Yahagi, oh, he took a torp there, and down he goes, shot from the New York. So we remove the two cruisers on this side, and note the battleship. I think it's a Fuso in the back, but we'll confirm that here in a moment. He's kind of like, well, this ain't going to work. I'm getting out of here. So, very effective play. You can see red team overloaded the southwest heavily. We got some forces over there, but our overload punched through this side. We wiped out the cruisers, and the battleship is kind of conceding. He might still pose some threats, so we don't want to get too crazy. And you can see he's well within our detection ring, the blue circle on the map there. So we got to be careful whenever he comes around here. Want to capture the base as quick as possible. Luckily, his guns weren't pre-aimed at us. If we're slowing down, and the British cruisers, it takes a little while to slow down like that. If we're pulling through, he's got the guns ready to go. He could have potentially blasted us, got us right off the board. So got a little bit lucky there. We're able to back up, disengage, captured the base, launch one more shot, and no harm, no foul. Looks like he didn't do any damage to us. So pretty effective opening here, and this is a well played opening, at least from this side. We can't really evaluate the far side, but as I watch this game back once or twice, I feel like this is a pretty well played team game, at least from our perspective. We've cleared off this flank, we've captured B. That's the foundation for a good, well-played domination mode game. You need to capture the center, and you need to capture one flank. Then you clear off the flank that you've captured, and we've done that by driving the Fuso away, sinking the two cruisers. Then you defend B. So we've already gotten like 3 of the 4 steps to win a domination mode game completed already. We captured the center, captured the flank, cleared the flank, and now we're going to defend B. And I'm going to try and get on the horn here, alert the team. This is what we need to be doing. And, all you got to know, if you play domination mode, just clear off the flank, capture it, then defend the middle base. That's the key to success. So we're going to be trying to ping here. Going to have a little bit of difficulty. This is one personal thing I wish they would improve. I've suggested it a couple times. But pinging the bases is really, you know, all you need to do on the radio. That's the only thing in my mind that really matters for the most part. Sometimes there's useful comms, but that's an important one. And it's like the hardest one to do. The priority is, I think, dead last for pinging the bases. So I wish they would tweak that. Pod right here, you can see he's not really feeling what he should be doing here. He should be just outside of that cloud. He dropped the cloud, disengage. If he gets to a spot where he can spot these ships, then I can utilize that cloud. I can utilize that sloping island and the team behind me. You can see we got plenty of firepower over here. We can all pile on these ships together. He would get credit. He would get partial credit for spotting damage. If someone on your team deals damage to a ship that they can't see, but for the fact that you're spotting for them, you get credit for it. Now, it's not necessarily pointed out anywhere on the scoreboard yet. Hopefully that'll be improved someday. That would go a long ways towards improving the destroyer play, letting them know what actually counts. Oh god, here we go. Pod's loose and he's going in for the suicide rush. Now, a little bit early for this and not a great situation to be doing it when you got one destroyer per team. Okay. If you got like a 5-ship lead or something like that and you can play a little bit faster and looser with the HP, no problem. Go ahead and go for that suicide rush. But he goes balls to the wall there. He gets the torps down. They're heading towards the Fuso. I think he actually does wind up getting them, but the fact that he's still alive here is more of an indictment on the red team's awareness than anything the blue players are doing. If he's rushing into 4 ships like that, and he's like several, 2, 3, 4 kilometers away from 4 ships, he should be dead. You try that on me, you're not going to last very long. So, suicide rushes are aptly named for a reason, and it's not a play I would generally promote, but he's getting away with it at least so far. So, the pod, the Russian destroyers in general, the French destroyers, similar idea. They can be useful as harassing ships. But in a game like this, where we got 1 destroyer per side, I would recommend he go find the enemy destroyer, kill him, then you can get into the suicide torp rush or gunning people at long range while running and gunning, dodging shots. Anyway, there's some examples of the AP here. And definitely, you gotta kind of have to know your targets. Like these lightly armored cruisers, even at the longer range there, we're still going to have the good enough penetration to get through there, and we can get some nice damage. Switch back to the HE briefly for that last salvo, because I thought he would be angling after we smacked him around. But, he's still broadside, so dangerous play here. Note on the map, and just if you saw on the screen, we got ships to our left. Perfectly aimed at the broadside, or they could be aimed if they put the guns in our direction. Luckily for us, we're kind of getting away from this. This is a little bit of a sloppy play here. Watching this back, I'm not really feeling this. We could have pointed towards those ships. Now, I didn't want to sail towards those guys. I think it was the thinking. That's why I'm still trending to the north here while engaging this guy. But we should have been killed by now. If they were paying attention, they could have easily blasted us straight in the side. So, sloppy play there. Don't necessarily recommend emulating that. But in a raw gunfight, we kind of took it to that, the Dallas or whatever that thing was. Emily's loose there. He's low health. We're going to go ahead and try and pile on some shots there, get rid of him. And that's going to give us a nice substantial ship lead. Now, you can see the pods chiming in with the guns. I don't have a problem with that. This is kind of what they're there for. The guy's low health. He's kind of running for his life. He's not going to necessarily have great shots at the pod. And the New York, he's kind of running away too. So, again, it's kind of a risky play. I'd still prefer the destroyer. Kill the enemy destroyer first and foremost before they start making some of these plays. But he's chiming in with the guns, helping remove these cruisers, the Emily in this case. And that is a good play, because if you're playing as a destroyer and you got a target, let's say you got a cruiser and you notice, oh, he's only got 5k health, I can probably take that guy, especially if you got a guy on your team helping you, like he's got the Devonshire here. He knows I'm shooting the Emily. If he wants to chime in, help get that Emily off the board sooner, I'm fine with that. That's a good play in my book. So, not sure why we got the team following me all the way over here. I'm fairly northern position. I was engaging the Dallas. We don't need a battleship. We don't need another cruiser over here. But they're over here nonetheless. And note the situation on the game. We got 5 ships. They got 3. I think they're even going to tighten that up. But this game is a blowout, and it comes down to the opening 2 minutes. We captured B, we captured C, and we've held them from pushing into B. And these are the types of games, these are the well-played team games that are easy to win. If you can maintain control of the bases like that, games turn into wins very rapidly. If you're going to concede these type of leads, you know, even, okay, we're down one ship from the Reds' perspective. We're down 350 points. And that's because we basically conceded the game right off the bat. And these are the games where if you're on the red team, you're now forced to kill everyone on the enemy team. And you can see how likely that is going to pan out for them. So, not the best strategy conceding the bases, but very good strategy from the Blues' perspective. Capture and control the middle, capture and control the flank, and then coast in to victory. Because at this point in time, we don't have any responsibility to do anything. We've already won the game. If they want to challenge us and try and win the game, take the win from us, now they got to push into us. And pushing into ships that are able to defend against their push, much more difficult than defending a push. So advantage goes to those who focus on the caps and play accordingly. Anyway, the Devonshire here, you can see we've gotten a pretty good mix. We got 5 fires, we got 5 citadels, captured a base, got a torp hit. You know, we got plenty of utility here. Got the high caliber so far. Going to try and get the Confederate and whatever else we can rack up here. Getting spotted. Now we're assuming it's the destroyer, but, and I don't know if I checked the roster yet or if it's coming up in a moment, but we got an enemy exiter, so we can assume the concealment should be roughly the same on that ship. So I'm pretty sure it was the destroyer. Now we're not spotted though. So whenever that's happening, whenever you're keeping an eye on, you know, what's spotting me, you got to kind of extrapolate the information. What islands could this guy potentially be behind? That'll give you clues where the guy is. And check out this salvo here. I think on the Exeter we finish him off, or we kind of dodged that one. Didn't get the kill there. But we're going to sail into A here, just around that far end of the island. And here's an angled Exeter. Here's the shot I was thinking of. Pretty good angling. It's about 45 degrees, which is chance to bounce, but we don't really have any issues there. Of course, we got 6 full pens, aimed up just a little bit just to assist with the fact that he was in the kiting formation, sailing away, and no problem finishing him off. So we're, you know, just shy of 3 times our ship's HP and damage, and pretty overall effective match. You know, we've been in relevant positions. We cleared our flank off right off the bat, captured the bases, and, you know, we've been in the thick of things. So Devonshire, overall, it's pretty good. It kind of seems like a run-of-the-mill cruiser to me. Maybe I'm missing something that sets it apart, but for the most part, I think it's a pretty capable ship. The survivability of these British heavy cruisers is always going to be somewhat of an issue. You know, some of them have fairly strong side armor, so I mean, baiting battleship shots into your sides can be an effective way to do it. I don't believe this one falls in that category. Note the shot there. We're trying to determine where that destroyer is. Now, if he was anywhere besides behind that island that we're looking at, the one that's in the middle of B, we would have been spotted when we shot that shot. So that's why we shot there. Since we weren't spotted, we know that he's directly behind that big island that's sticking up, again, in the middle of the B. And we're just taking our time, making sure we capture the base. And if we can manage to kill the guy, cool. But if not, we've already kind of won the game. So, again, you know, some people might think about running Tenet offensively. You start to drop off a little bit, but you get some more mobility there. So that's always an option for these British heavy cruisers. I think the hardest thing about these is the unwillingness that they tend to have in terms of taking shots from the enemy. So if you want to go Tenet, I wouldn't necessarily fault you for that. But I've been digging the Fraser build up and down the line so far. But I'll keep you posted. We'll probably talk more about the build in the next couple videos. Anyway, the pod goes down and the game ends there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. We got lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave below. Love to hear from you guys, and see y'all later. Peace.